All right, here we are. So let's get this discussion started on today's doubleheader. Quite an eventful sports game and an even harder regular trivia game. I don't know how we're going to start this.
Maybe start with the sports. That one was winnable, and I'm still kicking myself. Or Roberts. I knew they did well, but they lost. They lost to Arkansas. The answer was what? Oregon State.
Yeah, and I couldn't even look that one up properly. I couldn't even figure that one out. Answer sheet was all over the place. So we have Eugene in the comments saying it was. Yep, definitely that was right. It was
right.
It was a bad hair day for most of us on this game.
Well,
then I think let's see. I knew the tennis question, and then I think after I got out, I followed the teammates from then onwards and got the remainder right. So
well, the tough one was the 3-pointer. Who has the best percentage? And maybe I should have picked Tony Snell because he was the outlier. But I picked, I think, Kennard, the Duke guy, and that's where I went down. And then, can you call up the questions on the HQ buff? Are you able to do that? Or
I'm on the HQ buff right now. I'm going to share my screen.
Yep.
All right, here we go. All right, so I think everyone's able to see the question. So let's
the answer to the first one was not Justice League.
Yeah, of course. It was a Cactus League. All right, so I think this one, I was actually on San Francisco Giants, but then last second I changed it to Baltimore Orioles because I think a couple extra teammates came in and picked it. So I was like, I don't know, maybe they might be right. But just based on how I've done in recent times, every time I change my answer, something ends up going wrong. Has that been the case with you?
Yeah, no, I just wait, but it's interesting what you say about teammates. Sometimes teammates are good, sometimes they're bad. They're not bad, but I mean, following the crowd is good. Yeah, it's difficult. Tell people what happened to you yesterday with what it was, Curie, the French.
Yeah, actually, let me bring up that quiz. So that was yesterday's. Let's go to the 29th.
France and Poland.
It was number, let's see. Yes, number 10.
Or something?
Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, so I had picked Poland because when I had looked up the temperature where material loses its magnetic properties, it was called the Curie temperature. And my mind naturally gravitated to Marie Curie because she was the more famous scientist. But for just in the heat of that moment, I had totally forgotten that Pierre Curie was a famed physicist as well. And when I looked at it like a couple seconds later, I was like, yes, I figured it out, but already the ship has sailed because the question's already done and over with.
Right. But you were in good company. There were 8,000 people that went Poland, 400 that went France. And that's what you're saying. You know so much. I didn't know there were 2 Curies.
Yeah. Well, if we look over here, the outlier strategy doesn't always work. I mean, see, you have to know when to override your teammates, when to follow them, and on most occasions it's quite unpredictable. Like, if we take the dandelion question on today's quiz.
Yeah, go back to that one. But let's
go back to that one.
I'm not upset about the dandelions or Lady Gaga. I mean, let's do the dandelions first.
So I wasn't completely sure what a cat ear looked like, and then I hit the eraser like 5 seconds in, and it took out A, so it was between B and C, and my family was kind of panicking a little bit when 2 seconds were left. And since I saw a bunch of teammates on B, I was like, you know what, forget it, let's just go B and see what happens.
Right.
And only after the answer was announced, I was like, oh God, because actually a couple of teammates did go for C. I don't think I was able to see that at the time.
But yeah, all of HQ's questions are legitimate. I mean, but that one's to me not the word legitimate. The Lady Gaga mansion. I mean, that's what would you call that? By I mean, I guess if you're a fan of Lady Gaga, you might know that. But why would anybody know about her mansion?
That was an extremely obscure question, and even though I was in rewards mode, just for the heck of it, I just decided to go look it up. I typed in Lady Gaga Malibu Mansion bowling alley, and it turns out there actually is one. So I think the best you can do is eliminate one choice and just roll the dice and see if you end up on the right side of the 50-50.
Right. But no, that's what Eugene was saying about the outlier. On the outlier, the one there was the infinity pool. And that's why I went with that, because you would think, a mansion, that's easy. They would have an infinity pool. So this would be unique. It didn't. But, the answer is a bowling. Actually, to be honest, this is not that fancy of a mansion. All mansions have bowling alleys and infinity pools.
I think even the White House has a bowling alley, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, exactly. So I don't know. It's an okay question, but actually, between you and I, Abai, I'm glad I don't know about Lady Gaga's mansion. We're smarter people for not knowing about it.
You know what? My pop culture knowledge is absolutely awful. I may know like a little bit here and there about music and maybe the odd movie question here and there, but if it's movie night, I generally back my teammates to come through and help me to the best of their ability.
Right, but the one above it, the sequels, that's a tough question. That's a legitimate question, and it was Fantasia. I think what's it, question number 10?
Question 10, yeah. So Fantasia. When I googled that one, I saw Mary Poppins, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's go and see. But then when I actually looked it up again, I found a couple of links below, and it said Fantasia's 59 years. While Mary Poppins 54 years. So it's like, and it's not something you'd find like in an instant. You need to go scavenger hunting until you actually find it.
Well, that's why HQ does that. And I'm thinking right now how that worked exactly. The original Fantasia was like in the 1930s, and then the second Fantasia was like 1999 or 2000. And then with Mary Poppins, it was like the early 60s. And then it was
with Julie Andrews. Yeah,
Julie Andrews. Maybe you can look at. You're quick. Well, I'm going to say the original Mary Poppins, like 1965. Look up what's the original Mary Poppins.
1964. You're really close.
Yes. Okay. And then and then what about the one that just came out? Was that about 2 or 3 years ago?
2018. So
yes.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah. So I can't. So how many? That's like 60, 63, 64 years in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
53, 54 years.
53 or 54, and then Fantasia would have been about 59.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Poppins was the most recent sequel, which was a trap. Yeah,
see that? That's it.
The things you tend to recall, like more recently, those tend to stick in your mind more compared to something that happened much longer ago. And it's not anyone's fault per se. I mean, some remember it better than others, and I guess it is what it is.
No, but Eugene has a good point there, and that's how many people went with Mary Poppins, and that's probably why, because it was the most recent, So yeah. No, Eugene can analyze this game. What were some of the other tough ones? I mean, like 7, 8, and 9 were also tough tonight.
Number 9.
Isn't Switzerland a square?
See, here's, I think on the flag one, I generally consider myself strong when it comes to flag knowledge, but I don't know, this one, I saw my entire team going B, and I wasn't exactly sure what to look up. In fact, I've seen the Swiss flag so many times, and I thought it was kind of an optical illusion. Like,
can you find a photo?
It looks so much.
It's a square. It looks like a square, but maybe it's technically a rectangle. I mean, it doesn't look like the United States flag.
Well, let me just show you something real quick right here. Yeah. So, let me see here.
I appreciate this, Abai. This is like going to school. We should tell people that you're at UC Santa Cruz. Okay, here we go.
So yeah, in fact, it was a more straightforward Google than I thought. I looked up square flag countries, and you see Switzerland and Vatican City, and those were B and C on today's quiz.
But weren't they asking for a square?
Oh, which one isn't?
Isn't? Oh, isn't? Oh, then that's. Oh, I don't know how to read. Okay, yes. Okay. Well, I didn't read it properly. That's why I was upset, because I knew it was a square. Okay. So Of course, the Belgian flag is a normal flag. Is that what they
Yeah.
were asking?
Yeah, Belgium's the one. It's the rectangular flag.
Right.
Looks like, yeah, the other two are square. I mean, I looked at the Vatican flag, and that didn't seem to throw me off. So
I think
I would have gone either A or B on.
right.
On
Is the Vatican
that.
flag white and yellow?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how I know that. Okay. So go back to that question. I just read it wrong.
All right, go back to the handy dandy HQ buff.
This is
No,
fantastic.
seriously, the HQ buff folks, they don't get the credit they deserve. I mean,
No.
like to develop a compilation of questions for like
No.
a year's worth of games. Unbelievable.
Well, look, this is why we picked it. It says the Swiss flag is a square, and they're saying it's a rectangle.
Yeah, whose square-looking flag is actually a rectangle? So, in other words, which of these countries does not have a square?
Oh,
flag?
see, that's okay. Oh, I need you to.
Sometimes we get caught up in the wording of the question, and that kind of messes with our mind.
You're right. So all I was doing was looking for the square flag. Okay. Yes. Okay. If I had 20 seconds to read it, I would have got that correct. Okay. Yeah. Well, the other thing we should tell people, the reason we're doing this is this saves time for us, because you and I would be sending texts back and forth afterwards talking about everything. And it's easier for us just to talk in person.
Yeah, exactly. And in fact, I think next time around, we could do like an HQ fan call-in or something. Maybe like a nice panel. Get the discussion going.
Well,
it should be exciting.
Absolutely. And obviously if Eugene has the time, he's the guy. He'll bring the energy. And there's other people.
We have a featured panelist right over here.
Yeah, there it is. Look at he's even got a good. It's not an emoji. What's that called? He looks good with that. Whatever he's on a game. He's always on a game show. That's what Eugene.
This is the $100,000 pyramid.
See, that's it. Well, you could answer what game show Eugene is on. So, people don't know this. Eugene's a family man. And so if he's not with his wife or kids, that's what he does the most. He's working, he's hosting game shows for kids at his church, or he's on a game show himself. So
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no. I enjoy talking with Eugene. He's a legend. I'm trying to think.
Of course, without a doubt.
So no, and then what was the one? Oh, the one above I know because it was the Giants. Go up to the Toronto one.
Let's see here. All right.
Question 8.
This one was pretty straightforward. In fact, I think I had read about it a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of stuck in my mind.
Well, also we can tell people we're both from the Bay. We live about an hour from each other in the San Francisco
an hour away,
area.
pretty much.
And this is history. I mean, this goes before the Blue Jays. This was about 1974, 75. Nobody was going to Candlestick. And the owner sold the team to Toronto. And they were going to go to Toronto. And then Bob Lurie bought the team and saved the team. And that was the first time they were saved. And then, do you know about 92 or 93 when they were going to go to Tampa Bay?
I did not.
No. So you know about, it's actually St. Pete. You know where the Devil Rays play in that terrible dome?
Oh yeah.
So they were going to be the St. Petersburg Giants. And again, then this time it was Peter McGowan came in and saved them. Imagine how that changed history, because what was it, like 10, 15 years later when they finally started winning World Series, it would have been the Tampa Bay or St. Pete Giants.
But they're back in Mother California, so to speak.
well, they never left. They never left, and so So no, that was that one I did know. I forget. Yeah, it was about. You can look it up. Actually, do that. You're quick. To see if I'm about right with the year. Was it about 74 or 75?
Okay. Yeah, I can do a quick Google right here. Okay. So. Was that 1974?
Or just say SF Giants Toronto, and it'll give you the year.
1976. Again, 76? Yeah, you're really close.
Wow. Yeah. So, and then you know when the Blue Jays came into the league, 77.
Yeah.
So that's probably what that's probably why they got the Blue Jays because the Giants never went there. Yeah, 77. Nobody cares about this. This is bonus information. The American League got the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays, 1977. Maybe HQ can do a question about that.
Who knows? They might be listening to us right now.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I doubt it. But well, that's the thing. Maybe we can talk about things just sort of like what's good and bad about HQ. Maybe we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, of course.
What about we covered? Oh, tell people about how you really take this seriously. You have goals.
Oh yeah. So I think. Yeah, well, when I set my first HQ goal, I kind of felt that progress-wise, I wasn't really going anywhere, and I wanted to kind of develop a greater sense of focus because I've been watching the heck out of so many trivia shows like since I was little, and I think this is a good chance to improve my skills. So the 40 out of 100, that was what kind of got the juices flowing initially. And then I took a break for like a month and a half. And I was like, I think it's time to go back to the HQ grind. So I set a slightly tougher goal, which is 54 out of 120, which is 45%. So I won the 9 of the first 10. And then the next 2 rounds, I got 4 and 4. And now I've lost the first 3 of the next round. So I'm currently at 17 out of 33. Still ahead of the pace, but I would love to win tomorrow to snap the losing streak of 7.
But tonight, as I tell you, all games are equal. There was no winning tonight.
True.
I mean,
especially the second game, that was like near impossible.
No, that's why it was important to win the first game. The first game was winnable.
Yeah, I think HQ words may be a little bit straightforward tomorrow, but let's see. Hoping for the best.
Yeah, well, have you won the HQ? See, that's the thing. I don't play HQ words because I can't type fast enough. But have you won HQ words every time?
Let's see. I won 4 of the last 4 games, and then I didn't win the week before that. So I'm 4 out of 5 in the last 5 games.
Not too shabby, bye.
Yeah, I try my best. And the one that I lost, I figured it out like just moments after time ran out. So I was like,
That tell people, yeah, you get more upset than I do.
Especially when I lose on the last question. I absolutely can't stand it when I lose on the last question. Even if it's something I know, I'm like, I've worked hard to get to the last question, and I should be able to convert it, even with like with an educated guess. But then again, you can't really win all of them. And
look at question 12 tonight. There was no guessing. It was impossible. It was something about Star Wars and moons.
You know, I was able to look up the Death Star moon in time, but I couldn't associate which planet's moon that was. So if I had like an extra 5 seconds, maybe I would have got it.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
No way.
That's what they do. They made it a buy-proof. You know, they so call up that question. I could, to me, it was like it was in Chinese.
We have another comment right here. It's better to get out in Q6. I guess so.
No. What? Q6?
I'm just kidding.
What he's talking about? You know about rewards mode? If you go out,
if you get exactly 6 right, you earn an extra life. But
right, but not.
I tend to see how many of the rest I can get right, just to see would I really have won or would I have come up short.
And not to brag about, you and I are too good. We're not going out on 6. We're going out early. If we go out early, it's like on question 7 or 8.
On the average, yeah. There have been a few outliers where there's like a super hard Q3 or 4, but that happens once in a blue moon.
Right, but like tonight, I forget what I went out on. Go to the main. We want to look at question 12, and then I'm trying to think what question took me down tonight. I missed 2. I missed one early on. It would have been Fantasia, whatever that one was.
Yeah, so Q12, which is
that one first. Okay, so let me read it. Which is the moon of the planet with another moon often compared to the Death Star? Okay, so you looked up Death Star, and what moon did you come up with?
Okay. Well, let me just look it up again now that we're at it. So just a moment here. Uh,
I wouldn't even know how to find this answer.
okay. So the dead star moon is Mimas.
All
So
right.
let me just go to the Wikipedia page. It's a moon of Saturn. So the next step would have to be to look up which of these moons in the
Is a
answer
Saturn
choices
moon?
is a Saturn moon. So
Oh, how many? Saturn has like 21 moons.
so I looked up Dione, and if we go here, Dione is a moon of Saturn. So there's the answer.
There it is. But how many moons does Saturn have? Saturn has at least 21 moons.
Saturn has number of known moons 82.
Oh, come on, 82 moons?
Yeah.
Wow, that's too many moons. Let's help. Does Jupiter have more? Oh, hold on. Somebody said something about the Belgian flag.
Belgian flag, square versus rectangle. Yeah. I mean,
we got
fine
there.
margins.
You know what it was, Aaron, is I read the question wrong, and I went Switzerland because I thought they were asking for which one of these is rectangular, and I knew Swiss was rectangular, so I went Swiss. You know, I know Belgium has a normal flag. In fact, it's very confusing. The flags in Europe are all the same. They all have like three, like France and Netherlands.
3 colors with 3 stripes. Yeah.
And I think that doesn't Germany have those same colors?
Yeah, but it's horizontal stripes.
Jeez, it's tough. So that's a good question. So Germany and Belgium have exactly the same flag. Are the colors in the same order?
The German flag. Let's see. So if you no, actually they're not in the same order. So the German flag is black stripe on top, then red stripe in the middle, and then yellow stripe in the bottom.
But it is the same colors. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's not bring up the Bible question about Genesis 1. We only decided to discuss today's doubleheader, so
right. But that we can give it a moment.
You got your wish.
That was quite controversial. Why was that so controversial?
I would probably say I think a couple people were like, instead of both at the same time, the third choice should have been not enough information.
Not enough. That's not a good question. Not enough information. But that's the thing. So what it is, there's a Genesis 1 and a Genesis 2, and more people read Genesis 2. That's the more common one.
I mean, if we were to revisit it, in Genesis 1, which gender did God create first? I think the question originally said in Genesis, and I think HQ Buff fixed it. I may have to do double check.
Ernest, Genesis 1 was always there, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, HQ Buff's not going to change the questions.
Yes, okay, yeah. Well, this was a bit of a bummer, I think.
No, but
I don't think even one teammate picked both at once on that one.
But so basically, there's Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. They both have the creation story, but more people are familiar with the Genesis 2 creation story. Is that the one where God is taking the rib from Adam and giving it to Eve, or something, or that one? It's clear that man was first in Genesis 2, and then I guess in Genesis 1 it was at the same time. So, but HQ did this on purpose. They wanted a tough question, and it eliminated. I think Matt said 20,000 lives were used.
Yeah, over 20,000 extra lives were used. That was a brutal.
No, but see, something like that doesn't bother me because there's no way to get that one. What bothers me is Oral Roberts tonight on the sports.
In fact, I think Oral Roberts, they had already got eliminated. So, but I found that out well after the quiz was over.
Right. Well, that's also we're talking a lot. They got to ask some cricket, golf, and tennis questions, correct?
Yes, exactly. I think Masters weekend there might be a golf quiz on the Tuesday after that. I mean, it's too big an event not to ignore. I think there should be a golf one
Definitely.
coming up soon, maybe 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, no, the Masters. It's a week from Sunday, or it's a week from starts a week from today's Tuesday. It's like in eight or 9 days. It's a week. It's a week from Thursday. Or they have like the Texas Open that no one cares about, and then the Masters.
Yeah, and well, not just the Masters. I think it could be like just a general golf quiz. Even ask stuff about like other majors of the PGA Tour.
Right.
That'd be fun too.
Or how about as I said, a golf / cricket / tennis question? That would be ideal.
I'd be cleaning up nicely.
No, but I tell you that people don't have to know. I mean, this is what we do when we don't see each other. We're texting, so this is much easier.
Yeah, and you know what? The HQ fan call-ins are going to be real. So stay tuned.
Yeah. So no, it wasn't a test tonight, but we just wanted to see what we could do, and then we can figure out. You're busier. Tell people what you're doing at UC Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I'm working on my engineering project. It's my last quarter, so it's going to be pretty busy from here on until like early to mid June. So usually I'm lucky that I'm free for like half an hour or so when HQ is going on, but I'm not completely sure if I'll be free to play every single game during the week. Obviously, priorities come first.
Right.
But even then, I think HQ is it's a good way to unwind, especially when things are keeping you super busy.
What was the payout tonight on the on question 12 there? It must have been like $20.
Today's regular quiz, 50.
So
had exactly 100 winners.
It's a buy. So you should skip the ones that pay out $1.27 and 79 cents, and you should play the quizzes that pay out 50.
But then again, you don't know which ones will have the big payouts.
Well, no, that's my joke. I mean, you don't know. I mean, yeah, no, but tonight would have been a good night to win.
Very, very true. I mean, easier said than done, though.
Well, tonight, as I said, tonight was impossible. I mean, I literally was out, as I said, I think on Fantasia. And what number question was that? Was that number 9?
Fantasia was question, I think, 10. Yeah, it was.
Here we go. Let's see.
Oh wait, no, this is the HQ Sports quiz.
Look at the sports. We were there. That was the Tony Snell that took me down. Yeah.
10.
Okay, so I made it.
Was question 10.
Yeah, I made it to 10. No, I went out on Switzerland. I went out on 9, and then I missed 10.
Just like me. Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine the VIP prize. You know what? I probably wouldn't have done VIP today. I do have 4 tickets remaining, but I tend to be a bit superstitious when it comes to playing VIP.
What do I joke with you about VIP though?
Yeah, that I have to keep trying because you never know when VIP is going to happen, especially given the frequency, the current level of frequency of VIP.
Yeah, might not be another VIP for another month.
Or maybe a few more days might happen. I mean, I think we had around like 82, 83 today.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's getting closer. And you and I speculated with when they had that $3,000 one that it was done so people would buy VIP tickets and have them. And I thought that because there would have been a surplus of VIP tickets that it might happen on Monday or Tuesday, and I was wrong.
Yeah, I think. Well, see, they needed 200 participants for VIP to happen, and getting 200 participants right now is like asking pigs to fly. It's not going to happen.
Right. No,
200 is obscene. 150 is practical, but 200 is just out there.
No, but the 200, but they got above 100, so that's my point. People bought tickets, couldn't use them that night. And I thought maybe they would use them on Monday or Tuesday. Do you follow me?
Yeah. But it looks like the interest level reached, it was back to square one right after the Super Weekend, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah, those were fun. I tell you, we probably should just wrap up
Well, we got one question here before. Does the strategy change when playing VIP? The short answer is yes. So whenever I don't play VIP, normally playing with my parents, I'm the one with the computer looking things up. I'm the one who shouts the answers out. My parents normally follow me unless they know it. In that case, I follow them. If I'm playing VIP, I'm actually in my room. It's nice and quiet. I have my iPad with me. I've had it for almost 6 years, so it's slow. Sometimes I'm scared if it might just turn off sometimes, so I just plug it in. And actually, I look stuff up on my laptop like normal, but I haven't looked down in my keyboard drawer because that's where I put my iPad and that's where I make my picks. Yeah. So if anything, there's a lot more pressure in every sense of the term when I'm playing VIP.
No, Abai, you got to take some of your winnings and buy a new iPad.
I'm getting there. We'll see.
Okay. All right. No, but no, for me, the strategy is the same. It's just the pressure, because when you get to question 12, I'm not quite sweating when I'm doing VIP, but you feel the pressure.
Oh yeah. I mean, the weirdest coincidence I told you the other day was my best ever win in the regular league. That was on movie night. And then my first VIP win had a movie question at the end, as did my second win in the VIP league. So right. By the way, my disclaimer, my movie knowledge is terrible. It's way below average. It's something I'm trying to improve on. But this is quite a weird coincidence. And he told me that my guessing skills are better than most.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Well, as I said, you sometimes can eliminate stuff on 12, but that 12 is just sometimes a guess. I mean, like the one they had, it was a high pay with Mel Brooks and a movie poster. Nobody knows what the Blazing Saddles movie poster looks like. I mean, how would anybody have that knowledge?
It's like asking what is the tablet that the Statue of Liberty is holding? What's inscribed on that tablet? Like it's way too obscure to figure out in a matter of 10 seconds.
Correct. But at least with the Statue of Liberty, it's been sitting in New York City, since like the 1800s or something, when France gave it to us. Nobody knows Mel Brooks movies, or as I said, the Lady Gaga, it's a fair question, but it's good that you and I don't know about her swimming pool. I mean, why should we know about her swimming pool?
Yeah, it's a pretty irrelevant fact. Well, no offense to Lady Gaga, but it's not something I'd like recall. Like, yes, I know this.
Right. No, I think I'm joking, Wendell. I think it's good we don't know that. It would show that we have too much information.
That would be super weird if either or both of us knew that one.
That's what I'm saying. If we knew that, we'd have to check into an insane asylum. I mean, that's not all. Yeah. So no. Yeah. Let's wrap up on that note. But no. This is too much fun. Yeah. Go ahead and stop the stream of the recording, and we'll just talk for a moment afterwards.
Yeah. Before I wrap things up, those of you who tuned in, thanks a lot. Looking forward to doing this more frequently. And good luck to everyone who's going to play tomorrow. All the best. Thanks for listening to us.